What's up, people? Football Insights. We are here again. Welcome back to another video. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. You press the post notification bell so that anytime you upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. You can see here the graphics are flowing. Twitter or X, Instagram, that is IG, and then on Facebook, everywhere. Follow us, Football Insights. TikTok. All the graphics are flowing here. The link is in the description, so go and click on the link and follow us there. Let's get interactive on the various socials. I promised you that Sir Jim Ratcliffe have been talking. We'll bring you a video on Sir Jim Ratcliffe. This is the video. I promised you a video, so I am delivering the video like I don't want to go there, but let's quickly move straight into the video. In this video, we'll be talking about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. That is one, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, what he said about Chelsea and then United. Two, what he said about Sir Alex Ferguson, and then Ineos being a challenging, company, or entity as a whole. And then we also talk about how he talked about Eric Cantona. Eric Cantona is a very, very, very key player or a very key entity in Manchester United. So he talked about Eric Cantona too. The winning mentality he is looking out or he is looking to bring into Manchester United. He talked about City and Liverpool, and then he also talked about UEFA sanctions. We'll go there. We'll go into details. He also talked about Mason Greenwood and then Eric Ten Hag. Let's get straight into the video. So we move straight. We start with Chelsea. I don't have the graphics here, so I know what he said, so I'm just going to paraphrase, but I don't have the graphics here. But he was asked because Sir Jim Ratcliffe later on, when the Chelsea sanctions came and then they were trying to sell the club, a whole lot of people came, Ricketts family, some Saudi media group and other things came that they will buy Chelsea. But then Sir Jim Ratcliffe was also one of the candidates. But then, unfortunately, he couldn't win the bid, and then he couldn't, purchase Chelsea. But then it was sold to Toboli and then his people, the Blue Co. Toboli and then his consortium. I felt if Sergio, because looking at what he is doing, if he had purchased Chelsea, we wouldn't have been here. Because looking at what he is doing, and that's why I feel very sad that he didn't purchase Chelsea. But then they asked him about Chelsea, and then he was like, no, you cannot compare Chelsea to Manchester United. As a matter of fact, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, no one is comparing Chelsea to Manchester United. Are we comparing Chelsea to Manchester United? No, Chelsea, we are doing our thing. You are also doing your thing. No one is comparing Chelsea to United. So don't say Chelsea cannot compare himself to United, or they cannot compare themselves into United, and no club in London can compare themselves into United and all of that, bro. You are not even a bro, you are a big man. Big man. No one is comparing Chelsea to United. You see? So don't come here and you wanted to buy Chelsea, you wanted to purchase Chelsea. You didn't get it. Case die. You have Manchester United, 25% of Manchester United. Case die. Are we okay? Yeah, we are okay. We are safe. You see? So don't do that, But then I am very, as I said earlier on, I am very, very disappointed that he couldn't get Chelsea to purchase, because looking at the things he's doing, it's crazy. Crazy, But let's move straight into what he said about Sir Alex Chapman Ferguson, And then this came from, this is a United Stand X account, and then Sir Jim Ratcliffe. This is what he said. I have met Sir Alex Ferguson 2 or 3 times since Christmas. So that is since December. And I know him a little bit anyway. I mean, he is the world's most iconic coach. And he is just an essential part of Manchester United history, of course. I mean, he has made history for Manchester United in those 27 years. So Sir Alex Ferguson coached Manchester United for 27 years, and then he has made, he's their greatest ever coach. Their greatest ever coach. So Sir Alex Ferguson, he spoke about him. Of course, if you are talking about Manchester United, you cannot do away with Sir Alex Ferguson figure. The figure called Sir Alex Ferguson. It is not possible to talk about Manchester United without talking about Sir Alex Ferguson. But I think he should be very careful. Do you know why? When Sir Alex Ferguson was leaving post, when he was retiring, he should have let the people, the football people, to get a new coach who will fit Manchester United. But he brought David Moyes, and then from there, things started to go to the south. So I think, yes, if you are taking any decision, you must involve Sir Alex Ferguson. But I don't think he has to hold a very, very instrumental, a very key power in Manchester United now. That is what this guy did. What's their name? Glazers. That is what Glazers did, and then it didn't help the club for the past 13 years. It has not been able to help the club. So Ineos and then Sir Jim Ratcliffe take a different dimension. From Sir Alex Ferguson. So that is what he said about Sir Alex Ferguson. He also spoke about Ineos Group and then how workers in Ineos Group work for the longevity there, and then how Ineos Group is a challenging company or a challenging entity. That is what he said. People in Ineos, for whatever reasons, they don't leave. We have had a very, very few people of the senior management, the executive, ever leave Ineos, and they do intend to work on quite late in life. So, and he also continues to say, but I think it is a quite challenging environment in Ineos. We are very focused on being successful, but it is a quite supportive and then friendly place. So I think people obviously enjoys it at Ineos. So that's what he said about Ineos, how Ineos has been a very challenging entity. Of course, Ineos is a very, very, very successful company or a successful entity in terms of football because they own OGC Nice. And then when you look at what OGC Nice are doing, they are doing really well. They are doing, at least they are doing really, really well. He has been in football. It's not like Manchester United is his first, purchase in terms of football club. He has been in football, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and then he's a Manchester United fan. That is what you have to understand about Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He is a pure Manchester United fan. He's a real Red Devil. A Nible Coco Red Devil. So that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe for him. He also spoke about tonight. This is what he said. He was so transformative for the Manchester United team and Alex Ferguson. They hadn't won the league for 25 or 26 years before Eric Cantona arrived. Then Eric arrived and he was catalyst that really galvanized the team for the next 25 years. So you remember there has been reports that Eric Cantona will hold a very key position in Manchester United in this particular administration. So that is what they asked him about Eric Cantona. And then he was saying what Eric Cantona has been able to achieve in Manchester United. Let's move on. This is a very, very, very instrumental part. He talked about the winning mentality that he is looking out to bring in Manchester United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe said this: winning matches and trophies. That is what Manchester United is about. Of course, it is the biggest, the greatest, and the most well-known football club in the world, which I disagree. This is not a financial investment. So he's saying that this is not just a financial investment. As some people they purchase a different club and then they are looking at purely finances. But this Sergeant Ratcliffe is saying this is not a financial, this is not just a financial investment, but it's because I want to see Manchester United successful again. His words are encouraging. His words are really, really encouraging. If I am a Manchester United fan and then I hear these words from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I will be very happy. And then, as a matter of fact, he is doing it. He has not come just like that and then he will start operating as a sporting director. No, bro. He is, appointing big people. He's appointing top guys in the football aspect. Omar Barada is the new CEO. They are looking to add Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth as the sporting director. So he's doing things right in terms of the football management. He's doing things right there. He's not coming and then I am acting as the sporting director for Manchester United for like one year. No, he's not doing that. He also spoke about Liverpool and Manchester United. They are the now giant of England right now. If you want to win the league, you have to be able to go past Liverpool and then Manchester City. That is what he said about them. Liverpool and Manchester City are the enemy. Nothing would please me more than to knock them both off the pedestal. I love this, man. I love this. There are things we can learn from them. Of course, I respect them a lot. So that is what he said about Liverpool and Manchester United. Of course, if you are aspiring to win the league, one thing you should do is that you should be able to find a way to knock Manchester City and then Liverpool because those are the giants now. So if you want to be at the top, you knock them down before you can be at the top at England. So and that is what he said about Liverpool and then Manchester City. As to how he will do it, I don't know. Time will tell. As to how he will do it, time will tell. He also spoke about UEFA and then their chances. You remember I have a video about UEFA and then the fact that if you are owning two clubs, just like Chelsea and Strasbourg, just like RB Leipzig and then Racing Ball Salzburg. So if you are owning two clubs at a time in Europe, When all the two clubs qualify for Champions League, one is going to sit back for one to qualify for the Champions League. One will go to Conference League. So that is what this is, that's where this is coming from. He spoke about those sanctions, and then that is what he said. We have spoken to UEFA. There is no reason for OGC Nice shareholders to prevent Manchester United from participating in the Champions League. I will be very clear on that. So that is what he's saying. He's saying that they have spoken to UEFA about that. So Manchester United fans shouldn't worry about you qualifying for the Champions League, and then because of Ineos hold or Ineos owning OGC Nice, you will not be able to qualify for the Champions League. He's saying, you as a Manchester United fan, don't worry. Don't worry. Baby, don't worry. So don't worry. He has spoken to UEFA about that. That is what he is saying, according to him. And then he also came to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is at Getafe right now, performing brilliant in the La Liga. And then there has been talks that Manchester United are looking forward to sell Mason Greenwood. If you want my honest opinion, I think Mason Greenwood will never come back to Manchester United again. That is what I think. They are just, Mason Greenwood will just perform at the highest level, and then they will just sell him and get money. That is what I think. That is basically what I think, because what he's saying now, that is what I think. And that is what I am deducing from what he said, or what he is saying now. And then this is what he said. It's a new decision to make for us. He is a Manchester United player. We need to look at facts, judge fairly, and take into consideration what the values of the club are. This is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. The values of the club. What do you think Mason Greenwood moved to Getafe? The Glazer said the values of the club doesn't, accept that, and that is why he moved to Getafe. So I know that Mason Greenwood is never coming back to Manchester United. So if you are a Manchester United fan, just think otherwise, because Mason Greenwood is never coming back. From where I stand, from how I see the issue from afar, I don't think Mason Greenwood will come to Manchester United again. Maybe 50 million, 40 million, they will sell Mason Greenwood. That is what I think. That is basically my opinion, though. So we cannot talk about Manchester United without talking about their current coach. Whenever any administration comes, they would want to, do one or two things. They would want to take one or two coaches which fits their philosophy. He spoke about Erik ten Hag, the Ten Hag man. He spoke about Erik ten Hag, and this is what he said about Erik ten Hag. What I would say, if you look at the last 11 years, Manchester United have had a quite few coaches. Nobody has been successful in that Manchester United environment. That would say to me that there is something wrong with the environment, of course. There is something wrong with the environment, because a team like Manchester United, and then for the past 7 years, we have been able to win only one Carabao Cup. It means there is a problem within the environment. So that is what he's saying. He didn't, basically said Erik ten Hag will stay or he will go. But that is what he's saying. That they have had few coaches. They have had few coaches in the past 11 years, and then things has never been successful in Manchester United. So let's see what Erik ten Hag will do. If Erik ten Hag has something to do, he has to, convince them with the performance of the team. And then he has been doing well lately. He has been doing well. So that is basically what Sir Jim Ratcliffe said. This is not all what he said in the interview, but I think these are the key factors that we would like to chance on, or we would like to emphasize upon. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the new Manchester United owner. He's a co-owner, 25% in charge of sporting or football operations. So Manchester United fans, just hope for the best. Hope for the best. That is what I will say. Hope for the best, because we hope for the best. We Chelsea fans, we hope for the best for Todd Boehly, and then they are fooling. So just hope for the best, And thank you so much for your time. This is Football Insights. Click on the subscribe button. Follow us on all our social media platforms. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.